So we go from Yankee Stadium to International. Welcome to Rogers Center in Toronto, home of the Blue Jays. We got lots of Nats fans for the weekend up here. You'll see a lot of red in the seats. That guy's got his Zimmerman Road Grays on. And we're getting ready for a ball game here for the first time in 6 years. This guy was still playing for the Nats. Bryce Harper was a rookie, so Michael Morse, you got a little nervous at noon today. Then you realized you didn't have to suit up and play a game. You're just hanging with us.
Yeah, I was getting ready for the 1 o'clock bus today, and then I realized I'm not on this team. But it's good to be here, Bob, and I'm glad I'm sitting next to you.
All right, we're glad you're on our team. What about your thoughts on where the Nats are right now in terms of maybe being one of the best teams in the East?
Absolutely. I think that they're right where they want to be. No one thought the Braves would be the way they are, but you know, I think the Nats are right where we want to be, a playoff team, and you know, just tweak here and there, and I think things are going to work out.
A pretty big tweak came up from the minor leagues 20 games ago, and that's Juan Soto. And Mike, I know that you were a guy who hit the ball in the opposite field with power. This 19-year-old kid is showing us stuff that's pretty advanced.
Yeah, I mean, the first home run he hit, we pulled it, and then he comes back and he goes the other way. He's using the whole field, and that's huge, and that's stuff you learn when you're a polished big leaguer. This kid is 19 years old. We got to remember, he's only 10 days older than Bryce when he made his first big league debut. So 19 years old, I'm just graduating high school, and this kid's playing in the big leagues. So
yeah, he has graduated to the highest level, and some historic numbers he's putting up there. 8th youngest ever with a multi-homer game, and Juan Soto keeps getting it done. So that's the highlight of the offense right now. Max goes tomorrow, Gio goes tonight. You played behind this guy. Tell me about being a teammate and watching what Gio does from your standpoint, maybe in the outfield.
Yeah, the guy you just said before him, Max, I think he's helped him so much that Gio now, he's a finesse pitcher. He's not a ground ball pitcher. He's not a fly ball pitcher. He uses all his pitches to get guys out. And especially first at bat, you might see one thing, and then the next at bat, he's going to try to get you out a different way. So Gio's learned how to be just like Max, to learn the batters and what they're trying to do, and it's working.
And lefty's just really not doing anything at all against Gio. So for one night, he's kind of back in the American League. Hey, the bullpen's been fantastic lately. Last 20 games, the ERA is 1.62. The league only hitting just over 210. A lot of strikeouts, very few walks. You can look at every one of these guys and see the contributions they make. And of course, it's fantastic when you got the doctor, the shutdown closer at the end of the night. The Nats and the Blue Jays straight ahead from Toronto. Brought to you by PNC Bank. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. By Lexus, experience amazing. And by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. June 3rd of 1989, an amazing ballpark named Skydome opened up. They renamed it Rogers Center. That's the company that owns the Blue Jays, big telecommunications giant here in Ontario and across the country. And so the Nats, and the roof is open. This is fantastic. It's like a real ballpark tonight. 73 outside, humidity low, unbelievable, beautiful weather here in Toronto. We got some early game notes for you as the Nats played their 66th game of the year. So Gio, opponent's batting average, Blue Jays have only hit a .148 against him. Only a minimum of 100 batters, second lowest among active teams, and Gio makes his sixth start against them. More on that in a moment. Nats are 6 out of 7 in interleague, swept the Orioles, swept the Rays, split with the Yankees, and Toronto is 3-2. So the Blue Jays, when the count reaches 2-0, you're in trouble if you're an opposing pitcher. They're a little bit like the Nats. They score a bunch of runs. They hit a lot of homers. The Nats have much better team speed, but they're hitting 232 and the Nationals are hitting 236. So the Blue Jays from their third base dugout taking the field, and here comes our leadoff guy who's 5 for his last 12, Adam Eaton. Blue Jays here at home 16-19, and the Nats on the road 22-12. So Bryce, remember the Clown Question Bro series here 6 years ago? Well, he did some damage against them in DC as well. And Mikey and I are going to talk about that road trip later. Boston to Toronto, that's when that 12 team really took off. So Murph is again the DH. Matt Adams against the right-hander starts at first. And for Toronto, 25-year-old Aaron Sanchez. Career 28-18. And Mike, so far a .433 ERA and a pretty respectable .243 opponent's batting average.
Yeah, you're gonna see him try to keep the ball down. That's his strength. He's a good sinker guy. He's looking for the ground ball. This year he's throwing a lot more changeups than he used to. 26% of the time he's throwing his changeup, but you're going to see a lot of fastballs. He doesn't give up a lot of homers, and this is a home run ballpark, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we understand a lot more changeups than he has in recent years. It's his first ever appearance against the Nats. The Blue Jays are in the bottom 4 in the American League defensively. They've turned 58 double plays and made 43 errors. Kevin Pillar is an outstanding center field. Couple of former St. Louis guys, Randall Grichuk in right, Aledmys Diaz at short. Yangervis Solarte, we remember him from his days with the Padres. And a veteran, solid guy, though he's struggling with the bat, Russell Martin, handles things behind the plate. That's a guy right now who's hitting 171. But come July or August, there will be some ball clubs around baseball very interested in Russell Martin. So here's Adam Eaton hitting .366. In 11 ball games, he's 15 for 41. And as I mentioned, over his last 3 games, 5 out of 12. Solarte, the third baseman's on the grass part of this artificial field at third base. And here we go. First pitch, 7:09. It's a strike.
Yeah, with this artificial grass, I don't see him bunting right here. But one thing about the artificial, the turf, is that you're going to get a true roll if you do bunt.
Yeah, and infielders like it as well. So on a pitch up, he hits it straight back 0-2. So last 3 games, he got a day off after the first game last Saturday. Had a nice series in New York. 0 for 3 career against Sanchez. And that was close enough. He's the only Nats starter tonight who has faced the right-hander before. Mark Reynolds has, but he's not in the lineup tonight. Aaron Sanchez is from Barstow, California, former first-rounder for the Blue Jays 8 years ago. 28-18 career. He's around the plate, and Eaton able to spoil some good pitches here.
Yeah, he's taking some good hacks right here, especially with 2 strikes.
Kind of a perfect night for baseball. Pitchers, it's warm enough they can get loose. Not so hot they'll get fatigued. And here we go, 0-2 again. Fastball up, and a lot of hitters will have a hole in their swing up there. First out of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to hit. Little high right there, but he's got enough sink to make it almost look like it could be a strike. So guys have to lay off that one, and you know, we'll see how we attacks Turner right here.
So here's Trey at 258.
He's got his velocity going, 96.
Yeah, nothing but strikes so far. That one had what appeared to be a little late sink on it, as Mike alluded to on the strikeout of Eaton. So battle time for Turner with Harper next. And that one skips in for ball one. James Hoy behind the plate tonight. Roberto Ortiz, the crew chief Jeff Kellogg, and Quinn Wilcott first, second, and third.
Yeah, he's got a heavy sinker, man. The ball comes out like a bowling ball. It's just, I don't know how some of these pitchers do it, but it's just very heavy, a heavy ball. And you know, that's what he wants. He wants that ball to just basically get on that plane of a fastball and just fall off the table.
You know, and Mike, seeing the heavy ball, and there's Bryce, and then hitting it, and I get a thought from you on that in a second here. I remember we used to talk about this with Kevin Brown and other guys who came in who had big sinkers. What does it feel like on the bat when you make contact with some of these guys?
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. If you don't hit it in the sweet spot, and half the time you don't get to hit the ball on the sweet spot. I mean, you don't even, sometimes you get a hit and you don't even hit on the sweet spot. But guys like this that throw really heavy sinkers, you feel it. You get that vibration on your hands. And, you know, these guys tend to break more bats than your other guys. Like, you know, Gio, he'll break your bat if he runs it in, but this guy can break your bat, you know, anyway.
So a 3-2, and that's a two-hopper, the shortstop, Aledmys Diaz, who a couple of years ago was one of the best rookies in the National League with St. Louis. So here comes Bryce, who had a big series here back in 12. In fact, he had a big series at Fenway Park as well, and I don't know, kind of a mixed reaction from the crowd as they greet him.
He's going with the red cleats tonight. In Yankee Stadium, he had the blues.
The blues,
so
yeah.
He's going with the red tonight. Let's see what they have in store. He's kind of like me, man. I used to always wear a different cleat a game.
What if you got 4 knocks? You're not switching then, are you?
My superstition in baseball was to not have a superstition. So I technically had a superstition of not having a superstition. So I always did everything opposite.
Okay, I like it. Good take by Bryce, and suddenly in a hitter's ballpark, it's 2-0.
Yeah, that's what the guys got to do. They got to lay off that pitch right there. That's the sinker that he wants guys to chase and get that ground ball.
They'll shift on Bryce. He was all in on 2-0 and 96 by him.
I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. 2-0. I want my guys to swing for the fence, and if they hit it, either go foul or homer.
Things a little tight, and it looked like Sanchez took a long look in. He thought he had strike 2, but it's 3-1. So here we go again with that 2 pitches ahead in the count thing. And that's high. Bryce Harper will walk for the 51st time this year. Second most in all of baseball. And as I mentioned, the zone a little tight here early from James Hoy, and that's okay with the Nats.
Yeah, that was a close pitch. I wonder if because he's such a sinker baller that they're expecting the ball to be down more, but that's a good pitch. If they don't give him that pitch early in the game, then they're not going to give it to him later, so that's pretty good. We need that.
Here's Anthony Rendon. Sac fly early in the game Wednesday night in New York got the Nats going. So a lot of fastballs early from Sanchez. 3-5 with the 4.33 ERA we talked about earlier. He'll give up some home runs, 8 of them this year in 73 innings. He's nibbling now, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, he's getting himself in a little trouble here. I mean, first time with a guy on base, Usually a pitcher has to get used to it. He just stepped off the mound. He's catching his breath, so he's got to come back here, but he's got to give him something to hit right here. So if I'm Rendon, I'm trying to see something up, because we don't want to get a hit into a pitcher's best friend, a double play right here. So he definitely needs to see the ball up.
On the move is Harper, and not even a throw. Russell Martin is now 8 for 43 this year, and Bryce Harper is 6 out of 7 in swiping bags.
Yeah, he had no clue he was going to go there. I mean, he just caught everybody off guard. And that's how you get a lot of bags right there. That's how Bryce can get a lot of bags. If he goes when counts like that, where you really don't think he's going to go, and just sneak a bag, that's great. Now he's in scoring position.
Rendon takes, and it's 3-1. Anthony with 23 RBIs. It is so amazing to me to sit here in this ballpark and think about 29 years ago when this place opened in '89. It was during the season, June 3rd. They weren't ready for opening day. This was the highest broadcast position in baseball. The way it is now with ballparks around the country, I feel like we're right above the screen here now. This is a fantastic place, but it used to be seemingly so high. 3-2. Rendon fights one off. That ball's into right field. Here comes Bryce, booted by Grichuk, and the Nats lead 1-0. The 2-out walk and the steal, and of all people, Bryce Harper manufactures a run right here.
Yeah, all it takes is a bloop sometimes. It's a good thing that Grichuk right there bobbled the ball, just because it's fast. We're playing on turf here, so it's fast. Harper might not score on this ball right here, but the fact that he bobbled it, he gets in there. It would have been a play at the plate for sure, but you know, things happen.
Well, and the ball always bounces higher off this kind of turf. Yeah, truer, but higher as well. So Rendon has a first inning RBI for the second straight game, and first pitch swinging, Murphy flies out to Teoscar Hernandez. Harper a walk and a steal, a Rendon flare, 1-0 Nats. RBI after Bryce got the walk, got aggressive, stole the base, and here come the Blue Jays. Yangervis Solarte, 6 homers against lefties. He's hit 12 overall. So right-handed, he's kind of an all-or-nothing hitter. 237. A few familiar faces out there. Longtime big leaguer Kendrys Morales is their DH. So here's Gio, 2-2 career against Toronto. Swing and a miss by Teoscar Hernandez, their leadoff guy.
Yeah, you know, Gio, he throws a lot of fastballs, like I said, curveballs, changeups. He's going to throw you everything in the at-bat, and he's going to give you the kitchen sink. But one thing, I like what he's doing, and I think Max has helped him a lot, is he's become a finesse pitcher. He's working off of the aggressiveness as of the hitter.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of off-speed ones. He got ahead through the changeup. And now a foul ball by Teoscar Hernandez. Sitting 261.
Yeah, what Gio likes to do is, like, he will see how he has his approach to him this at-bat.
Uncertain swing, and you know after the off-speed, the 90 plays quicker.
It definitely does, and Gio set him up right there for that. Threw that off-speed pitch down, and then came with the fastball up, changed his eyesight, and you can't do nothing. Even if you hit that ball, there's not much you can do with it. So, like I said, Gio next at-bat, it's going to be interesting for what he does to him.
Here's switch hitter Justin Smoke.
I played with this guy in Seattle. He has taken off since he's been a Blue Jay.
38 homers, 90 RBIs last year. 29 doubles. Made the All-Star team for the first time in his career. That ball is hit hard to the gap in right center and hits the bottom of the wall, bounces straight up. And when it took that high bounce, I thought Smoke might be thinking about a triple. He really pulled up and just kind of, I don't know, strolled into second base. So he's at second with one out.
Yeah, Justin runs with a like he's pulling a trailer. Kind of reminds me of myself. But you know, as big guys, we can't get there. But you know, he took that ball, he drove it, hands in, good swing. And from the right side, Justin uses the whole field. He's more of a pull hitter when he's up there lefty. But that was a good swing, and you know, he got a double off of it.
Yeah, that's a good approach against Gio, who throws a lot of off speed to righties. Now here's Solarte, who had 255 for San Diego last year with 18 homers.
Yeah, not your typical three-hole hitter, but he's doing the job right now for these guys. I'm pretty sure on the Padres he was kind of down in the lineup.
There's John Gibbons. His Blue Jays have lost 3 in a row. They're 8 under. And if you're nowhere over 500 in the AL East, you are way behind the pace being set by the 48-win Red Sox and the 44-win Yankees.
You know, when you come in and play teams like this, it's scary sometimes because they're coming in and they're not playing well, and now they're home.
And this one in the air to Harper, or to Eaton. Tagging, Smoke heading for third. 2 down. So the Nats defense, you've already seen Harper and Eaton in action in center and in right. Juan Soto, of course, the everyday left fielder right now. Matt Adams against the righty gets the start. A couple of guys who've been around for a long time matching up here. Gio against Kendrys Morales. He's 34 years of age, second year in Toronto. 12th year in the big leagues. Angels, Mariners, Twins, back to Seattle, KC, and now the Jays.
Yeah, you're going to find out I played with a lot of guys. This is another guy I played with. Actually, him and Gio probably live 5 miles from each other down in Florida.
Yeah?
Believe it or not.
Cool.
Yeah. This guy can cook, man.
To Hopper, Trey Turner. Routine out. Good job by Gio. Gave up a double to Smoke, and then a 0 on the board with the Nats on top early in Toronto. Harper scored. The H is the hit on which Anthony Rendon drove in Harper, and if the Nats win tonight and score 7 or more, you get 50% off regular menu price. Online orders at papajohns.com. Promo code Nats50. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. So here's Matt Adams against the righty. 4 for his last 10 with a home run and 4 RBIs attached. Kind of crazy you come into a ballpark like this in the American League, and you know Davey would love to have Mark Reynolds in the lineup with his pop. But right now Daniel Murphy has to DH, especially on the artificial surface this weekend. So hopefully Mark will get some chances to swat in this series. Another righty, former Nat Marco Estrada for the Blue Jays tomorrow. And Matt Adams, with Solarte playing out toward short, tried to bunt for a hit, and that ball got him real close to the thumb, if not right on the end of the thumb.
Man, this is the worst. You get hit in the hand and the bat, so it's a foul ball. Oh, this is I know what he's thinking up there, and he's regretting every second of trying to put down that bunt. But like you're saying, Davey's got a great problem with the amount of guys he has and the guys he has. One thing I think Adams has to do here is shake this off and watch out for this sinker he's about to throw next. But
yeah, now Matt expressed some more displeasure a moment ago, and that got Paul Lessard out of the dugout. Davey Martinez following him.
You know, I had this happen to me once. I playing the Rangers, I got hit right in the finger and actually broke my finger, and they called it a foul ball because it hit the knob of my bat at the same time, and so I had to stay in there, and I think I ended up hitting a ground ball or something. But after the game I had to go get x-rays, and I found out I had a broken pinky, I think it was.
Well, Matt's going to stay. So let's have a look on our Fios by Verizon Exmo. Maybe the index finger. The 100% fiber optic network means more speed. For more devices at once, visit getfios.com. Gosh, hope that guy's okay. That's a big left-handed bat the Nats need right now. The count's 1-2. And you know the pitcher was going to throw one down and in, or at least off the plate in, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought he would throw a sinker down and in, but this turned into a very uncomfortable at bat for the big guy. So I think he's just trying to put the ball in play now.
2-2. 3-1. Matt still in the top 9 in the league in home runs with 13. Swing and a miss. He couldn't get to the high fastball. He's hurting on his way back to the dugout. And for Sanchez, second strikeout on high heaters to a left-hander. He got eaten in similar fashion to start the game.
Yes.
Well,
yeah, sometimes you know, you get a guy throwing sinkers, a sinker ball pitcher, you tend to say, you know, keep my eyes up, and you end up swinging at the high stuff.
We're told Matt went straight into the tunnel back toward the clubhouse. Well, here he is, Juan Soto. Fastball inside edge. 10 for his last 26 in 8 games. 4 of those hits, homers, 8 RBIs. But I'll give you the stat I like the most here in a second. When he went opposite field with the first homer at Yankee Stadium 2 nights ago, then he homered again, of course. 10 of his 22 hits in the big leagues have gone to the other side of the field. 10 of 22.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I
2-1.
talked to Giancarlo Stanton after the game, just telling him, hey, you know, good to see you and stuff. And he told me that ball, that second homer he hit, was very impressive, to the point of he hasn't seen a ball hit that far.
And this ball hit a pretty far way to center, to the wall, and it's off of Pilar. That will be considered an opposite field double by Juan Soto to the left of straightaway center. That's one of the best center fielders in baseball, and he couldn't get back to grab it. So double number 5 for Soto.
Man, what a great swing right here. Just gets full extension. Doesn't try to do too much. See, I look at that swing and I'm like, you know what? He's not trying to pull the ball. He's trying to use the whole field. And when I say the whole field, it's a V. So it's between the left foul pole and the right foul pole. Anything in there is, you know, the guy is trying to just get the ball through the zone, and that was beautiful.
Here's Defoe, and Wilmer will jump back from ball 1. 108 miles an hour off the bat. Every day you come to the yard and figure, okay, what can he show us that he hasn't shown us before? And he keeps coming up with new wrinkles.
You know what, Bob? He's showing us consistency, and that's a huge part in this game.
For a young player, that's amazing. Race to the bag. Pitcher there first. So it's Smoke to Sanchez. Soto to third, 2 down. That'll get the number 9 hitter up this inning, Pedro Severino. Good news is Matt Adams is visible back in the dugout.
There's my boy Zim.
Yeah, he's all of our boy, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, man.
Then Reynolds and Eric Fetty, who I thought was solid in his start a couple of nights ago. One of the toughest ballparks for any pitcher, much less a rookie, in which to pitch on the road. He didn't get the win. Justin Miller did, but Eric Fetty kept the Nats in the game.
See, Sanchez right here is definitely trying to get a ground ball, get out of this inning. So he's going to try to use Pedro to try to get himself out. He's going to try to run that sinker in on the hands like he did that first pitch, and he's probably going to stay in there. If I was to guess, he'll probably stay low and in.
Yeah, if he goes away, probably just to show him something. But he stays in there, and Severino drives in the run. Another Nationals 2-out RBI. Severino, that'll get him back over 200. 10th RBI of the year, 2-0 Washington. All right. A guy's jamming you like this. How do you get that ball through the infield?
You know, he got his hands in. He really got in there. He broke his bat like Sanchez. Hey, Sanchez is trying to break his bat. But you know what? He got in there enough. He's a strong kid. And that ball just got right past the glove right there. So, hey, they both did their job pretty much.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at Sanchez. He threw the pitch he wanted to. And, you know, we won on that side.
First time around the lineup, the Nats go 3 for 8 with a walk. RBI singles, Rendon and Severino. The Soto double sets up this run. And now Severino is running on the play. Long throw for the pitcher. He'll hold it. And Adam Eaton has a base hit. Pedro Severino running on the pitch, and then Eaton just bumps one for a knock.
Yeah, it looks like they're running today. It looks like with a couple base hit blunders the other day.
Not stopping him, is it?
No.
Well, now Turner with 2 outs.
Looks like Mighty Mouse got out of the box really good there, and he really looked good running down the line there. And look at he looks fine. Looks good to me.
Well, he's now 6 for 14 since coming back. Trey Turner a 2-hopper to short first time. And the Nats have a chance to put a bigger crooked number on the board here in the second inning of this series.
You know, the outfield here plays in more. They play very shallow here. And one of the reasons is that ground balls that are hit really fast, and a man on second base can't always score like other fields. It's a really fast playing turf, and usually if the ball's hit over their head, it's usually a home run. So a lot of teams play their outfield very shallow.
1-1 with 2 outs to Trey. Mercedes-Benz having a look at that 1-1 pitch. Just below the strike.
Yeah, if you're not getting that call as a pitcher, it's going to be a long night.
He keeps doing big things second time up. He had hits each of his first 2 times up Wednesday. Turner a chopper, and they're going to have to hurry to get him. This is a race to the bag, and he's out on a close play. Roberto Ortiz with the out sign, and that'll do it for the Nats in the top of the second. A run on 3 hits. They held up things just a little bit. He appeared to be out to us. We will play on. And after an inning and a half, 2-0 Nationals. Everybody who will be at the ballpark Sunday, annual brunch on the baselines presented by Budweiser, and that's Sunday at noon. You get an all-inclusive brunch on the field while you watch us bring you Nats baseball from here in Toronto. Visit Nationals.com. Secure your brunch tickets right now. Bottom of the second, here's Kevin Pillar, the center fielder. And Gio with a good heater to start him off. Then the breaking ball. Pillar, 29 years of age now. Been a regular in the Toronto lineup now for, this would make 4 years in a row. Hasn't played under 146 games since 2014. He's a gap shooter, 20 doubles on the year. Rendon had to back up to the backhand side and over to Adams with a nice reach. An indication of how quickly the ball can move on this turf.
Yeah, the turf is really fast, but the thing is you get consistently good hops, and they're true hops. So he could go back on that ball. He might not do that on regular grass, but here you can go back on it because you kind of have an idea where it's going to bounce.
So here's the veteran catcher Russell Martin in his 12th big league season.
Yeah, don't get fooled by those numbers. This guy is a pro. He is a really good defensive catcher, and he can hit, man. He's had some really big years, especially with the Pirates.
Yeah, final year there. 11 homers, 67 RBIs. He was third in the National League with runners in scoring position, and that got him a free agent 5-year deal here with Toronto.
Yeah, he's a guy that depending how these guys end up at the break, he could be a guy that'd be shopped around for sure, I think.
Gio's fastball tails outside.
He could be a value to a contender. It's always good to have a pro behind the dish.
He was hurt a couple of times last year. Left shoulder, left oblique. So Russell hasn't been that healthy the last year or two. And against Gio career, they've had some good matchups. 4 for 10. 6 walks to strikeout against our lefty. Fastball right in there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And on the Nissan pitchcast, here's strikeout number 2 for Gio.
Yeah, definitely up in the zone. Both pitchers now are using that high strike to get these guys out. And, you know, Russell has some good numbers against the Nats. And, you know, Gio got him out right there looking, so that's pretty good.
2 outs, a quick couple of outs here in the second. And Randall Grichuk is next. Blue Jays traded a couple of young players January 19th to St. Louis to get this outfielder. They knew Jose Bautista wasn't coming back, and they needed a little bit of pop out there. He hit 22 homers last year in just 122 games.
Yeah, I remember him in St. Louis. He had some big ones. He used to hit in the big Mac land over there in left. So he's got some strength, man. He's got some pop, especially for this part.
That's a busted bat. Bat goes foul. Ball to Turner, and a 1-2-3. Bryce Harper's already had some adventures tonight in a good way. He's next. Bryce's rookie season 2012, he almost busted a blackberry, hit a long home run, and then, as interesting as that was, it got a little more so in the clubhouse after the game.
Of course, in Canada, are legal drinking age, so a celebratory Canadian beer would seem to make sense after a hit like that.
I'm not answering that. That's a clown question, bro.
Words that would live in infamy. And Mikey, I know that you and some of your teammates took that to a whole nother level after Bryce. I mean, Bryce is a teenager, and he comes up with a reaction like that. Very mature not to answer a dumb question, but you guys had a little fun with that.
Very mature. Again, a 19-year-old gets asked that kind of question. They're going to say something, but this guy is smart enough and mature enough to say, dude, give me a better question, bro. So we took that. I mean, that year we took that all the way. We took that all the way to the end of the season. If you did something stupid or made a play out in the field, we're like, man, that's a clown play, or that's a clown. Everything was a clown that year.
And a fastball tailing up and away, and Harper couldn't get to it, elevating Sanchez, and that'll be his 3rd K. He has struck out the leadoff batter in each of the first 3 innings. It's after that he's had problems.
Yeah, and every one of those strikeouts has been pitches up in the zone. So, You know, we see right now what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep the ball down, get them swinging, get to 2 strikes, and elevate.
So here's Anthony Rendon. Dropped one over Devin Travis, the second baseman, for an RBI single, first time up. There's a strike call up in the zone. So Anthony, 24 batted in this year, as he plays in his 47th ball game. So he's averaging an RBI every 2 ball games. Off to the right it goes, 0-2.
That's not bad. That's a good average if he kept that up.
I saw an amazing stat today. Tom Verducci, through his affiliation with Sports Illustrated, had an amazing story today about strikeouts, launch angle, walks, lack of action, homers, everything rolled together in the modern game of baseball. And this one out to left center for Hernandez. The average starter in Major League Baseball this year. Now Max Scherzer is not in this category, and a lot of times neither are Strasburg and Gio. But the average big league starter is facing 23 batters a game.
Wow.
So they go through the lineup 2.5 times, and the average starter in baseball is done this year, not even going through the lineup 3 times.
That's crazy. That's you know, a couple years ago, that's kind of unheard of.
Yeah, that's the point. Things are a whole lot different these days, and bullpens are better. Hitters are swinging for the downs, as we used to say. Daniel looked at one pitch first time. He went hacking on it, hit a fly ball to left. This one has popped up left side, and enough room that it gets into the seats.
You know, you tell Max, hey, you're only going to face these batters twice today, and then we're gonna, you know, we're gonna get somebody else in
and
there.
that's the look you'll get right there.
That's the look you'll get. You'll get. Are you nuts?
Yeah. He'll be ready for tomorrow night.
Yeah, he'll go 9. I'm saying he's going 9 with 2 hits. I did not like facing him, but I did go deep off of him.
You did.
So
0-2. Murphy right side. Cut off. Travis. Outstanding play, ranging far to his left. And the Nats go 1-2-3 for the first time. Lake Ontario, it is beautiful on a Friday evening in Canada. Isn't in between innings after getting hit on the hand. There's Mark Reynolds getting his gear ready. So that's moments ago. And here's what happened an inning ago. Well, you could see the fingers rattle, couldn't you? Fastball away. Gio to Aledmys Diaz, and the bottom of the 3rd is underway. High in the air, foul off to the right side.
Well, I brought my glove just in case something like this happened, Bob. You might have to find somebody tomorrow to do the booth. I might have to go down there and pitch hit or something.
I don't know. I heard your bat's a little slow right now. Bare hand Turner. Call is safe. Olivmes Diaz evidently beating one out. Roberto Ortiz on the call. And Trey Turner has shown that bare hand play several times at short this year.
Yeah, again, you know the hop is going to be true. He got a really good grab on the ball, threw it. He did everything he could. I mean, Diaz runs pretty good, so it was a bang play, and you know, 9 out of 10, he might get him.
Next up, Devin Travis, the second baseman. He hits one a long way to left, and the Nats lead is gone. It's a 2-2 game. That's his third of the year. Gio gives up just his 6th, and this thing was well out of here.
Yeah, I think he likes it right there. A little middle in, got extended. He's got that really short, compact swing. The guy's very strong. We know he could hit, and yeah, we got the pitch he wanted.
Devin Travis with his 8th big league home run. Now top of the order, Teoscar Hernandez. Gio struck him out first time, and it's 1-1. Blue Jays have now hit 86 home runs. That's 5 more, or rather 6 more than the Nats, but they're only 7th in the American League in that department. And that's a number 9 hitter in the American League because of the DH, who's able to hit one out of the yard. Huge difference in the National League and the DH game over here.
Yeah, I mean, they're known to have a home run squad, especially back a couple years ago when they had Batista and Encarnacion. Josh
Donaldson was healthy, MVP kind of guy.
Yeah, and don't forget about Tulo. You know, Tulo's here.
Yeah,
he's been hurt, but Tulo's Tulo.
Yeah, I thought when he came up here, playing in this ballpark, and with that lineup, I thought he'd be one of the top 2 or 3 offensive guys in baseball. So they started out really well, 18 and 33 since. As we mentioned earlier, Solarte, their number 3 hitter, not that big of a numbers, and they've got some really big time all-star names hurt. Smoke to Turner, Defoe to Reynolds. That'll wipe the bases empty with 2 outs on a 6-4-3. The Nationals' 51st double play of the year. Join Nats players and broadcasters to support their favorite charities. The inaugural Nats Charity Bracket Challenge. Proceeds will benefit great causes like the Zims Foundation, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, the Nationals Dream Foundation, and more. You'll get discounted Nats tickets for participating. Simply visit nationals.com/bracket to get started. Guy on the lower left not here to promo the heck out of himself this weekend. So we'll do it for him. FP in California. FP Jr. graduating this weekend from Cal Santa Barbara. Congratulations to FP Jr. and the entire Santangelo family. Here's Solarte. Things are happening quickly here in the 3rd inning. Blue Jays on the attack early in some of these counts.
Yeah, they're definitely not trying to go too deep with Gio. Gio's trying to keep them off balance, and they're trying to get that fastball early. So I'm guessing Gio's going to start mixing up those first couple pitches.
There's a changeup, and it just stayed low and away. 3-0 to Solarte.
You know, a team like this that's not doing too well, usually 3-0, they got to get a base runner. So I don't think he will swing right here, especially with 2 outs.
Well, he did, and look where it goes. Wow. We've just seen something in the span of 4 hitters that just doesn't happen to Gio Gonzalez this year. He just doesn't give up multiple home runs.
Wow. That's like 3-0 pitch. Just gonna groove a fastball in there for a strike. You got a guy up that just got the green light, and he did not miss it at all.
Crushed, absolutely crushed. And next up is Kendrys Morales, who bounced out to short first time up. So the Blue Jays have hit a couple tonight. Gio's curveball stays outside, 1-1.
They're swinging. They're known to swing, and they're swinging. I'm telling you, that 3-0, two outs. They need base runners. They haven't been scoring much. You would think he would have took, but man, my kind of guy. Green light, 3-0. I'm hacking.
2-1 now.
At one time, this guy was talk about a MVP kind of player before he had that fluke injury at home plate with that.
Yeah, celebrating a walk-off hit. Now Morales is going to go the other way. Eaton's got to play the carom. Makes a strong throw, but it's offline, and Morales was there. And the Blue Jays have 5 hits here in the 3rd.
They haven't played good baseball. Now they're coming home, and they're looking like a whole new team. Teams like this are sneaky. It's tough to go into a park where a team's been struggling, especially on the road and stuff, and to come home, and usually they play with a little fire. And a team like the Nats, which is again a championship ball club, you can't take these kind of teams lightly. You got to go on playing like we were at Yankee Stadium.
Seventh J to bat in this inning is Kevin Pillar. Off speed outside, 1-1. Let's go inside the numbers. Brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. So by situations, Gio gets tougher with runners on, especially when they're at second or third. And the fastball in there. And a curveball. He was way out ahead.
I'd like to see Gio get out of this right now. Get out of this inning right now. One more pitch, and let's get him out of this. Get him out of this inning. You know, we said it earlier. These teams, they hit homers.
Ooh. Pillar trying to jump all over one. He's hit 7 on the year.
Again, Gio using that fastball up. Looks like it's going to be a changeup there.
Yeah, there it is, and it drops into the dirt. Rogers Center, Toronto. Blue Jays averaging just over 28,000 a game. 5th in the American League in average attendance. And right now they've got a huge inning in progress, and Gio trying to get out of this thing and get his guys in the dugout. 2-2 pitch. Got inside on him enough to keep it in the yard, and Soto's got it. And Gio still tough when runners are in scoring position, but the Jays put 3 on the board.
In his first 3 weeks in the big leagues, and we've talked about a lot of it, but something we haven't discussed that much has been the backspin that Soto generates, which helps the ball travel. And talking to Davey Martinez about that after the game in New York the other night, in which Soto hit 2 home runs, Davey's saying that Soto has a long swing, but long in a good way. He's short to the baseball, keeps his bat in the strike zone a long time, but then has a finish that's long and high. And Davey's saying it's that direct path to the ball and the high finish that helps him generate that backspin. That's how he's able to hit a homer like his first one the other night, guys, with such height and carry.
Well, he had a little height and carry on his first swing tonight. He's up after Mark Reynolds, who makes his debut, replacing Matt Adams. And the fastball will tail up and in. Mentioned earlier, he had faced Sanchez before, 1-for-4 career. Pretty good rip right there. Reynolds 65 at bats with the Nats. 18 hits, 277. And a third of those hits have left the yard. He's driven in 8 runs.
I bet Davey wish he could find a spot for this guy on a daily basis.
Yeah, when Ryan Zimmerman gets back, it's really going to be a jumble.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here for that one. That's going to be tricky. But they all got, if you ask me, they all got to play somehow.
And a good take by Mark. Doesn't walk a lot. He's paid to hit. He has walked 5 times. 15 Ks in his 20 games as a Nat. And that's outside. A good AB, and the Nats have the tying run on just like that here in the top of the 4th.
Look at that.
Let's go back to Wednesday, Mike. We can't get enough of this, can we?
No, this is beautiful. Just good swinging. This is just good baseball. And again, using the whole field. Yeah, Yankee Stadium's small, but so what? Look at this one. That goes out of anywhere. That goes out of the Grand Canyon. So again, the kid's good. He's showing me consistency, and that's a huge part of this game.
Scored after doubling with 1 out in the 2nd when Severino came through with 2 outs. The Nats worked hard to score a couple of runs, and the Blue Jays blasted their way to 3.
We got the old vet on base and the rook in the box.
Yeah, not playing like a rook. 1-1.
Not at all. That's That's what's crazy to me. This kid's 19 years old. I graduated high school at 18. When I graduated, I went and got drafted with the Chicago White Sox. I went to low rookie ball with the other 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's what you do. This kid's in the big leagues. And not only in the big leagues, but he looks like a guy that's been here for a while. When I was 19 years old, I couldn't even stay away from my parents' house. I was homesick. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment with 5 other high school kids. We had no business playing even Double-A.
Swing, a foul tip into the mid of Russell Martin, and Soto's gone. Let's look at some Michael Morse, Washington Nationals numbers. We talked about that 2012 season, your last one with the Nats. In 11, you were a beast. 95 RBIs, you hit 31. And I know you loved when you hit them up over the scoreboard right center where you put a couple in the upper tank over there.
Oh, yeah. I'll come around first base, smack my helmet. Just a little reminder of, you know, good job kind of thing.
And I don't know if any of you folks heard it on radio tonight on the Nationals radio network. Dave Jagler had Mikey on for their pregame interview, and you were talking about how much that walk-up song pumped you up too at home.
It's huge. It was huge. Just the fact that all the fans would get into the game. They would get into my at-bat.
And this one out to center. The Defoe fly ball caught by Pilar, and it'll be Severino. Well, a little edge at home with the fans singing along.
Yeah, and the thing was, it's so funny. The louder they were, I felt like I had to swing. I had to, because if I didn't swing, it was like it was all for nothing.
Yeah, we didn't sing to watch you walk,
and I always did it my third at bat, because I knew everybody had a couple cocktails in them, and it would just be a lot louder. So I never did it my first at bat, not my second. I always did it my third, and then if the game went on, if there was a fifth at bat, oh, I'm definitely doing it the fifth time. But man. That's stuff. See, that's stuff, Bob, that I miss in baseball. Just the fan, player reactions and stuff. And yeah, it's good to see a lot of fans here today from DC.
Yeah, a couple dozen of them down by the dugout when batting practice started. They got here early. Severino, a badly needed for him and the ball club. 2 out. RBI single, first time off the glove of Aledmys Diaz. Got the Nats up 2-0 at that point. Like to see Pedro get a 2 or 3 hit game along the way here. He's been scuffling for a couple of weeks.
I saw a cool jersey down in the stands. Number 22, a young Willie Harris.
Yeah, Willie Harris jersey showed. Willie managing down at Richmond for the Giants, their Double-A, the Richmond Flying Squirrels. And a 1-2 to Severino outside. I saw Michael Morse jersey among that group down there.
Oh, yeah.
And look, somebody in the hotel displaying their Nats colors. Ah, the Caps as well. Well done. 2-2, target in. Strike 3. The Nats strand their third runner of the night. And the fourth inning of Nationals baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Did you, and not show the Phantom Grand Slam in St. Louis? September 29th of 2012. Confusion all over the bases. The umpires called it in play. Then they correctly called it a homer. Mike went back to home plate. Yachty told you to ask you if you're going to swing, right?
Yeah, Yachty told me, hey, you won't swing. And I said, Yachty, you must not know me that well. And I swung. I said, ghost runners on base. And I swung the bat. But I was exhausted by the end of this run around the bases.
First pitch, bottom of the fourth. Russell Martin, Trey Turner, 1 out. FP made me recall the grand slam as you went down the first, so we gave it the full see you later treatment and treated it like it was happening live. That was pretty interesting.
That will never happen again. I remember the umpires told me, they said, Mike, we will make sure this doesn't happen again. Somehow we're going to fix this.
They did with instant replay. Although an umpire could still make the wrong call later to be corrected like yours was.
Yeah, and that I ended up at third base, and when they told me to go back, I didn't want to cut through the infield because I didn't want anything to happen. I don't want them to say, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah, you didn't touch all the bases in order, eh? There's a line drive to Harper. Randall Grichuk is done. 2 outs for Gio, and he could use a quick 4th inning.
And when I got back to first, I got on first, and I'm like, okay. They said, wait a minute. You weren't occupying first base. So then they came together and said, you got to go back to home. And then they had to pull everybody out of the dugout, and baseball.
It was a mess, and it turned out pretty well. Gio on the attack here, 0-2 in a hurry. So a grounder to short, line drive to second. Trying to get his boys back in the dugout for the top of the order, top 5 in a 3-2 game. Fastball up and away. Base hit. Diaz 2 for 2. His infield hit last inning got them going on that 3-run frame. The Nats and the University of Virginia have teamed up for UVA Day at the ballpark. That's Saturday, June 23rd. Purchase a special ticket. You'll get a co-branded UVA and Nationals New Era cap. Love the curly W and the big V together. Watch the Nats take on the Phillies. Visit nationals.com to check it out. UVA College Day. Here's Devin Travis, who homered last time up. By the way, the Braves home against San Diego. 2-2 ball game in the second. Padres got 2 in the first. Braves got 2 in the second. They lead the Nats by a game and a half. Atlanta's won 3 in a row, and they're 12 over 500. The Nats are 9 over. And there's the division. Phillies are at Milwaukee, just underway. And the Mets later at Arizona. 2-0 pitch in there. Soto very deep in left. Have to be a homer to get over his head. And this one to the right side. Wilmer Defoe could have gone to the bag, but he'll go to Reynolds. And that's it. Experience the power and toughness of Ram. And here comes Eaton at your local dealer. Log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. Since his return 4 games ago, Adam Eaton is 6 for 14, 1 for 2 tonight. And the Nats will try to get a rally going, top 5. Astros. And hats off to Justin Verlander of the Astros. He won the Bob Feller Act of Valor Award back in 2013. He has a Wins for Warriors Foundation, and he does a lot of winning. He's won a Cy Young, former Max teammate in Detroit, and an MVP, and an LCS MVP. And this year, probably a cinch to make his 7th All-Star team. Thanks to T-Mobile for recognizing ball players who have a whole lot more on their agenda than just between the lines. Here we go, top of the 5th. Adam Eaton 1 for 2. 71 pitches, 46 strikes for Aaron Sanchez. And that's inside 1-1. Adam's been known to wear those on his elbow pad. It missed him, counts even.
Yeah, he stands right on the dish there. And then, like what we like to see is he's working the count really nice. 1-1.
Target away. Takes it that way, but it's a one-hopper to Solarte. League leaders. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. So, second fastest player in history to 300 homers and 100 stolen bases.
That's tough to do. To be fast and strong.
Yeah, that was supposed to be 30 home runs. And hey, why not a base hit to celebrate that? Maybe Trey's just as dangerous when he's on first base. And so he's there with 1 out. Harper coming up. And here we go. Now, Mike, you made the remark a couple of innings ago. The Nats came out running very aggressively. Bryce stole a base back in the 1st. They had another runner on the move, Severino, when Eaton singled. So here we go.
Yeah, you definitely want to get Trey moving here. Somehow get him into a scoring position for Bryce. But at the same time, there's 1 out, and you know he gets on second base. They might kind of pitch around to Bryce. So I definitely think Trey's going to be moving, and the way Sanchez has been pitching, he might keep the ball down and try to get Bryce to roll over on something, get that double play.
Now this is strange. A pitch has not been delivered, and the third baseman and shortstop just swap positions on the shift. We've seen that happen after a pitch or two or a certain count, but never before a pitch after a pickoff throw.
The old rope-a-dope. Trying to get Bryce down there. They say, huh? What's going on?
Yeah, so Diaz is back at shortstop, and Solarte's in the second base position on the shift. 0-1 to Bryce, who's walked and struck out.
Just a little late. Just a little late getting his leg down there, but I like what I'm seeing with Bryce's eyes. He really looks really good confidence going right now. I like how his demeanor at the plate.
Now the battle begins on 0-2. Sometimes it's a good running count if they throw one in the dirt. Turner holding fastball up and away.
Yeah, there goes Sanchez again, trying to use that high strike. Get the guys looking up there, trying to get that swing.
James Hoy likes the inside to left-hander strike tonight, and Bryce stands there for a while. And when we look at our Nissan pitch cast, it'll show Bryce has a beef.
That's a tough pitch. That just came right back. That's a tough sinker. That Bryce is going right now. He's going into the dugout. He's going to go upstairs, rewind that film, and he's going to see what we're seeing right here is it barely caught that inside part, but that's a tough pitch. I don't think he could do that twice if he tried in a row.
And there's nothing a hitter can do with that pitch. So here's Rendon, and we'll see if Trey, you would think so, will be more inclined to run now with 2 outs. Rendon already has a 2-out RBI single.
Yeah, these are 2 fun guys to watch right here.
Trey 19 out of 20. He's holding. Pretty quick to the plate on that one, Sanchez. Ball one inside.
Yeah, I don't remember him being this quick to the plate. He's definitely going a little fast right now, knowing that Turner can steal this base. So he's doing good. He's not holding. He's switching up his times to home. He's
he had a bit
over.
That was almost a jab step towards second base there. Well, you can look at the numbers of Russell Martin, who's a good catcher, and know that his pitchers aren't helping him out. He has thrown out 8 of 43 base runners this year, including Bryce Harper, who stole one tonight. That's way inside on Rendon, 3-0. Now that the count's going to 3-0, you don't want to run yourself out of an inning. You might have something going here. On deck, Murphy.
These guys are swinging 3-0 today.
Yeah, 2-0, pardon me, the count.
2-0, yeah.
I led you down the wrong count on that one.
Anytime you get a 2-0, I love a 2-0 pitch. If it's 2-0 and you're swinging, you see a good pitch, you either pull it foul or you try to go in the seats. Then after that, now you're back in it. But 2-0 is a good hitter's count.
This used to be a good running count. Trey had an unbelievable jump, and I don't blame Russell Martin at all for not even throwing. Ball 3, and now Trey Turner is 20 for 21. Look at this jump.
Yeah, that's just speed right there. I wonder how many more hits, especially infield hits, you get if you're fast like that.
There's a base hit to right. It's on a hop to Grichuk, and with 2 outs, Bob Henley holds the runner.
See, that's what I was talking about before, Bob.
Absolutely.
That ball came out real fast off the bat, and it just skipped on that grass, and those guys aren't playing that deep. Grichuk was able to get that real fast, and look at it. It holds one of the fastest guys in baseball at third. Anywhere else, he scores.
Yeah, when do you ever see Trey Turner get held on a 2-out single?
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen right there. But hey, turf, man. It's a different ball game.
Well, what better time for Daniel Murphy's first base hit? After coming back 0 for 9. Almost had a base hit right side last time, and Travis robbed him.
That was a great at bat by Rendon, by the way. Really good at bat. I love it when he goes the other way. He's got such quick hands. He gets the ball so deep. Goes the other way. If Sanchez would have threw something off speed there, he would have turned it and pulled it. But he did a great job just hitting a line drive the other way.
Well, Murphy does that pretty well. We heard him go aye on the ball coming in. Daniel gives us some of the greatest audio we've ever had since they played your walk-up song. So now it's 1-1 here in the 5th.
Yeah, this is one guy that's so comfortable in the batter's box. I love it that he's getting back on his legs. I know his knee was bothering him. He's really sitting now in that chair.
And that ball gets away. It'll tie the game. Trey Turner flying home. To second goes Rendon, and this is a 3-3 game. Not a whole lot Russell Martin could do on that.
But we'll take it. We'll take it. Those are always good.
And now another runner in scoring position. If that guy would ever have any fun playing this game, it would really be something. Anthony Rendon. You talk about joy on the field. Murphy turning. Having a good time over there with Solarte.
Now, if you look at Trey Turner stealing that bag, getting into scoring position right there, and then that pass ball and then scoring. That's game changer stuff right there. That's what you need in the top of your lineup if you're a winning ball club. You need guys that could be a menace on the base path. And that stolen bag right there was actually how that run scored.
2-2. Yeah, that's even too far inside.
He's definitely trying to get that ball to run back in. He's missing it a little bit glove side. He did get it in on Harper, though. It did come back a little bit. But it looks like he's pulling it.
Yeah, you wonder what this inning would be like had Bryce been given a chance to hit. 3-2 now. Murphy gets under one. Grichuk. And the ball game in Toronto is halfway over. We are tied at 3 as Turner and Rendon team up. Nationals tied in the 5th. Now Gio needs to be a factor with a 0 on the board. And don't forget about the Peanuts. Look at everything coming up. Military Appreciation Night with the koozie tomorrow. The oven mitt from Trey on Sunday. Give them a call. Log on PotomacNationals.com. Bottom 5. Top of the order. Teoscar Hernandez, Justin Smoke, and Yangervis Solarte.
The old oven mitt.
Hernandez, a strikeout in the 1st, infield hit in the 3rd. And Gio with good location to the inside edge. 2-1. Evidently low. And he got under that one. But it's nowhere near the roof in this cavernous place. Finally comes down to Soto. 1 out. Bottom 5. No better time to act than today. PNC. Make today the day. And shortstop Carter Kieboom at High A Potomac. Spencer's younger brother really heating things up. Hey, he's still just 20 years of age. That's made him their 1st-round pick 2 years ago. A hot week and a half, over 360. And great numbers for a good shortstop, and obviously a good hitter. 6'2", 190, not as tall, but maybe as wiry as a young Michael Morse was in Seattle.
Yeah, if he keeps growing, they're gonna push him on the corners.
1-0. Tell the folks about advice you got being a tall shortstop from Cal Ripken.
Yeah, so I got to talk to Cal when we played Baltimore. And one of the biggest things I said, Cal, I got these infield coaches but I can't relate to them because they're all short, they're all, you know, wiry little guys. I need some help. So the biggest thing he told me, he said, Mike, listen, we're big dudes. Get the ball, take it out of your glove, and just throw it as hard as you can to first. Don't worry about the feet work and all that other stuff. Get the ball.
Oh, what a good changeup. And Gio with a strikeout. That's his first K since the second inning. So get ball, get rid of ball, and let the first baseman deal with the rest.
Yeah, it was definitely not what I thought Cal Ripken was going to say to me. I'm waiting for him to say, you know, set your feet, plant, you know, left, right, left, glove out, make it like a flashlight. No. Cal was like, listen, get the ball. It doesn't have to be pretty. Put it, get it in your glove. Take it out of your glove and just throw the ball hard.
That ball's well hit out to center. And there's that big bounce off the turf. That happens here and nowhere else. Bryce thought about challenging the ball. Then he decided, I'll take it on the hop. And then it hits the spongy turf, Mike. And if this happens on Sunday, the ball can bounce 15 feet high over a guy's head.
Yeah, it gets hot on those day games, and it's tough. It's tough right there. Bryce is doing the right thing. He's trying to get that ball, cut it off, maybe even dive to get it. And in a regular field right there, you're getting a little hop, no big deal. It bounces away. It's tough. It's tough to do. You can't get mad at a guy like that. He's trying to hustle.
Well, and good stuff by Adam Eaton. As an American leaguer, he's played in this park a number of times. He might have been able, from his side view, to see that shaping up, and he got over to really help out Bryce on that play.
Yeah, you could tell he definitely knew that Bryce might get in trouble right here, so he definitely backed him up. I mean, he ran a long way to get back there, slid, and that's a good outfielder.
And that's a double all the way. That's just like a bad hop on the infield for a single. So let's watch Adam Eaton here. See, he's on the move.
It's good to see him run like this. It's good to see him slide and do his thing.
He might have kept Solarte from going to third, and we've already seen in the top of this inning what can happen when the runner is at third with 2 outs. A wild pitch buys a run. So big time play by Adam to keep Solarte at second base. 2-0 pitch, and the changeup's outside. Kendrys Morales, opposite field double last time. And the 3-0 in there. Ball stayed in the park. Morales was taken all the way. That was a little bit toward the outer half.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to look for something up and over the plate.
Overpowering changeup is what our friend Don Sutton used to call those. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
That's a tough pitch. It's a tough pitch to hit. It's a changeup. And it's almost one of those pitches he throws it high enough that you're going to swing, and you're swinging hard, and you just can't slow down on it.
3-2.
Elevating late. When you get a swing like that on a high fastball, it kind of opens up a lot of things that you can do the next pitch.
He goes down and gets a fly ball. Eaton is there out in the gap, and Gio puts his second consecutive 0 on the board. So good ball game. 3-3 after 5. little bit of everything tonight, except the Nats haven't hit one out of the yard. But Anthony Rendon has a pair of hits. Trey Turner has singled, stolen a base, and scored. Bryce has been in on the action. We lost Matt Adams in the 3rd inning, tried to bunt, and the ball hit his finger. We hope he's okay. And that's why Mark Reynolds is in the game, leading off the 6th inning here. First time up in the 4th, Mark led off with a walk. That was pitch number 90 from Aaron Sanchez. First career start against the Nats. And now it's 0-2. Wow, look at that changeup. That thing had almost splitter type action on it. And some of the Blue Jays guys told us he's gone to that pitch more this year. After seeing that, why not? So that's strikeout number 7. Here's the Nats box score. So Rendon has a 2-hit night. Pedro Severino, big RBI knock. And this is the American League game, right? Each team has an RBI or 2 from the number 9 spot in their lineup. Juan Soto, opposite field double and a strikeout. He's now 11 for 28 in his last 9 games. Another hook. 2-0.
You know, he just looks so comfortable up there. It's you don't see that a lot of a young player coming in and just very like settling down, looking so good.
Yeah. A lot of people commented about how, I don't know if he was staring him down, but he was staring intently at the pitcher, Sonny Gray, in New York the other night. I don't think any rookie's going to come up at 19 and be staring down pitchers. But he does kind of look him in the eye and say, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
You know, nothing
wrong with that.
Nothing Bush League or cocky about it. Just, I'm here, you're here, let's do this.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. This day and age, you have to have a little swag. You have to have a little something, a little edge. And that's what kind of separates some guys.
3-1 pitch. So he aired it out. Let's check out the 3-2 approach here and keep an eye on his spikes and how much he spreads out.
You know, does he remind you of a little bit of Pete Rose when he gets down in this little stance here?
Yeah, I can see that. I think of Rod Carew when I see that. The master had just taken an outside pitch. Rod Carew hit singles the other way. This guy hits doubles and homers, at least so far.
Yeah. Bernie Williams.
Yeah.
Another one. Choke
call.
up. And, you know, a lot of guys don't like choking up just because it takes away some of the power.
3-2, and he got jammed. That's a good pitch. Races on, and they got him on a good play by Devin Travis. 2 down.
I'm the kind of guy that if you tell me, hey, Mike, 2 strikes, I want you to choke up the bat, I'm going to say, no. Because half my game is the power, and I'm trying to, you know, go deep, hit, you know, drive the ball.
Right.
Well, he chokes up with 2 strikes, but still has the power. So that's really good, especially for a 19-year-old. Again, and choking up, just basically you're getting a little more back control. That's the biggest thing about choking up. You just want to get a little bit more wandy, make the bat feel like a wand in your hand, and, you know, choke and poke.
Are some guys afraid they're going to run out of bat as well if the pitch is away? You know, choking up a little shorter.
You really get, you know, your bat is an extension of your arm, so you kind of know where your strike zone is.
So it's not for everybody, is your point?
It's definitely not for everybody, but somewhere in the minor leagues, if you were in the minor leagues, which we all were, you were taught to choke up. You were supposed to be taught.
1-1 to Wilmer Defoe, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball to first, fly ball to center. Wilmer trying to get things going again.
I heard some stat today about Soto that he is the 2nd youngest in this era besides A-Rod, the least amount of minor league time.
Yeah.
Only other player was A-Rod. And again, he's 19 years old in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Putting up numbers. Incredible.
Yeah, Juan Soto signed with the Nats 3 years ago at the age of 16, obviously.
and then was hurt last year.
Oh, there's that pitch again. And we've got another angry hitter. Bryce Harper last inning. Defoe this inning. And I don't know what you do with this fastball if they call it for a strike. Well, you go get your glove, I guess. Brought to you by Dominion National, providing innovative, high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Yeah, I'd be smiling after hitting one that far. He's got 2 knocks. He's happy. See if Gio can put another 0 on the board here and get this thing to the Nats offense in the 7th. Pilar, Martin, and Grichuk. And that one right off the end of the bat. Blue Jays, a story of the 3rd inning with 2 homers. Devin Travis after an infield hit by Aledmys Diaz. And a double play right in front of the Solarte absolute bomb that went way out of here to left, giving them their 3rd run. Wow, look at that big hop up to Trey, jump throw. 1 out. I think you were a young shortstop, of course. You like this jump throw thing you see constantly from Trey Turner?
I like it, but my era as when coming up as a shortstop, you didn't get taught that. That was, hey, set your feet, get the ball out of the glove, the exchange, all that stuff. But this day and age, everything's so much faster. Everything is a tick faster. And the fact that, hey, he can jump throw like that and get the ball out and throw a bullet to first.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes things a lot quicker. And a guy like me, I would have set my feet. I would have came down, set my feet, took the ball out. Next thing you know, the guy's safe. You know.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'll tell you what. I think my last game at playing short at this stadium, I had either 4 errors or 5. I had a really, really tough day.
They didn't take you out after 3?
No. And trust me, I was looking at the dugout. And here's the thing. I had Richie Sexton at first base.
Big target.
And I am throwing balls, 18 rows in the stands.
Yeah, Richie Sexton was about, what, 6'7"?
Yeah, but you know what? He just never stretched. I used to tell Richie, come on, man, that was right there. Just stretch a little bit, man.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, there's nothing like the travails of young shortstops. The game is so fast at this level, as you alluded to. There's Gio with a 3-1, and he misses to Russell Martin, who's on for the first time tonight. Now, Gio will usually walk 2 or 3 by this point of the game, but tonight he had not. He had that 1 rough inning in the 3rd, and that's what's kept his pitch count where it is. He'll be somewhere in the 90s by the time this 6th inning ends, unless he gets a quick double play ball against Randall Grichuk. Ground ball to short, line drive to center. It's interesting against right-handed batters. James Hoy doesn't seem to be calling strikes on that side of the plate. but to some of the lefties he is. He's looking over the inside shoulder of Severino, and I guess when a lefty's up there, he's over on the other side. So umpires tend to see pitches on that side better. Defoe out, Eaton in. Wilmer makes the emphatic call. 2 down. The Nats are celebrating Father's Day by slashing ticket fees down to 0 for all remaining games in the 2018 regular season. So that's big news. The limited time offer ends Sunday. So visit nationals.com and enter code DAD. That's capital DAD. No fees on Nats tickets. Happy Father's Day from the Nats. I got a new daddy sitting next to me. Your little guy's 5 months old now, little Mikey?
Yeah, little Mikey, 5 months old. It's cute as a button.
Very nice.
And I got my daughter, who is, she's my World Series trophy. She was born after I won the World Series in 2014. Ava Sophia Morse.
Beautiful. 2-0 to Aledmus Diaz, who has a pair of singles tonight.
They're all home, back home watching. I know my wife's watching.
A little bit away with the heater, ball 3.
Cool thing right now, back home, Hollywood 74 is a fire station, firehouse. They got me up there. They got the game on right now.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
So I got
Hollywood, Florida, you're talking about.
Yeah, Hollywood, Florida. I got the firemen, the firehouse watching. So hopefully it's a nice slow night in Hollywood so they can enjoy the game.
I won't ask why you know the firehouse staff so well, but that's cool. And this one pretty well out to right center, but Adam Eaton's been covering some ground tonight. So Gio, he's got a good thing going. To the 7th we go in a 3-3 game.
Sevy earlier on today said he's been getting pitched inside a lot lately, and noticed that he's been cheating to get to the inside pitch, hitting a lot of balls foul off the end of his bat and a lot of grounders to the left side of the infield. So he's working with hitting coach Kevin Long on staying closed and trying to hit the ball to right center. He's also been watching Daniel Murphy and Bryce Harper, how they deal with getting pitched in, and sees them staying on their legs and staying behind the ball. So he's been working all that. And guys, it paid off in his first at-bat tonight. Got a pitch in, drove it to the left side, got it through the infield for an RBI. A much-needed hit for Sevy.
Yeah, good stuff, Dan. We did talk about that, how he got just enough on it. There's 35-year-old Seung Hwan Oh. St. Louis for a couple of years after coming over from South Korea. And for Toronto, this would be his 32nd appearance, 29 hits in 31 innings, 32 strikeouts. And he will face Pedro Severino. These two match up for the first time. Several Nats have faced him. You might remember the story about in Korea, he was called the final boss. He would come in and close out ball games. Tyler Clippard is one of the final bosses here right now, but they've got a kind of a bullpen by committee thing going. And that ball served up the middle by Severino, legging, and good hustle. He's out by a step on a fine play by Devin Travis. How about another Father's Day offer for you? Give the gift to baseball, MLB.tv. You can watch baseball live or on demand on many supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day Sunday. Blackout other restrictions apply, MLB.tv. There's John Exford, and the lefty is Aaron Loop. Adam Eaton, 0 for 1 career against O. And he did a little fishing for that fastball up and away.
Yeah, he throws a lot of sliders, fastballs, curveballs. A little bit, not too many curveballs, but he's a fastball slider guy.
Oh, 2 to Eaton. Adam thought, I might be close enough. I better be hacking. And getting his hacks in here with 1 out, top 7.
Looks like he's trying to attack that high strike zone also. Everybody's going after that high strike today. Everybody's.
Well, if you get enough velocity, you can get away from the launch angle up there.
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
So Adam 1 for 3 with an infield hit tonight. Oh. Did he foul the ball? Then it got him. Looked like a breaking ball just flying inside on him. And we continued this year to see hitters hitting themselves. Oh, right down on the ankle.
It's hard to say. It's hard to tell you back home on how that feels. But he just took a full swing and squared the ball up right off of his leg there. So it's hard to say, but it hurts, man.
Swing and a miss on a pitch up and away. 2 outs in the 7th. Check it out one more time. Don't watch unless you are strong enough. That's a big time ouch. Visit Fios, getfios.com. It's the 100% fiber optic network. More speed for more devices at once. They bring us our Verizon Exmo. Here's Trey. We have seen tonight that getting things going with 2 outs can be big. The Nats did it. 2 out hits in each of the first 2 innings to bring in runs. Harper next if the inning continues, and it's 1-1.
Keeps attacking that high strike zone.
Yeah.
Keeps the ball up.
Now here's a guy with great speed who does not choke up with 2 strikes. Trey down on the end of the knob there. And maybe that enables him to get to that pitch and foul it off.
Yeah, some guys when they get 2 strikes are trying to cover the plate and the black on the sides of the plate. So you're not going to choke up for that. But you know, it depends on what kind of hitter you are, what kind of damage you want to do with 2 strikes.
And this one just below us. Almost perfect for the Nats, Justin Miller. I believe now he's made 8 appearances and has yielded a grand total of 2 base runners. Oh, and by the way, he's 4-0.
Is that good, Bob?
That's really good for a reliever. And it's not because he's coming in and blowing guys' leads either. Slow roller left side Solarte, and that's it for the Nats. In a quick moving top of the 7th. There is Gio's 95th pitch of the night, bottom of the 7th underway. Fastball away to Devin Travis. 52 strikes so far. He goes the other way, and that's a great approach. Adam Eaton over to pick it up. 2 for 3 night for the Jays' number 9 hitter, second baseman Devin Travis. Teoscar Hernandez is next. Davey Martinez contemplating his next move as far as pitchers as Gio nears 100. Eric Lilliquist at his side. Top of the order now. Hernandez 1 for 3.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they keep Gio in for Justin. Just to see.
That Smoke you're talking about?
Yeah, Justin Smoke. Just to see if they want to keep him on the right side or if they want to get him to the left side.
Yeah, Smoke this year 100 points better from the right side. So he's on deck. Off speed 2-0, and Gio's falling behind both guys. So 100 coming. That 11 pitch 4th inning, his quickest of the night, really helped after the 3-run 3rd. He's only retired the side in order once tonight. That was in the 2nd. 3-0. Nats bullpen has been great. They followed up Eric Fetty's 5 innings with scoreless ball for 4 innings in New York the other night. Last 20 games. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that for a whole group of guys.
That's
so
awesome.
There's Justin Miller, who's had the magic touch lately.
That's awesome. If your bullpen is lights out like that, it makes things a lot easier.
You know what it does? It means you win the games you're supposed to win when you have the lead late, And when you're trying to come from behind, they're giving you a chance to do so.
Absolutely. They're winning the games from behind, and they're also keeping it. They're stopping any damage from going if you take out your starter.
Yeah.
So as a bench coach, when your manager comes to you and says, hey, is this guy ready? Yeah, he's ready. There's no like, oh man, I don't know if we should, man. Then the bench coach has to talk to the pitching coach, and the pitching coach, and they got to figure out which guy should I really put here. Here, you could put anybody.
3-2 runner holding, and a ball hooked well foul.
It's like a chain of command.
Yeah, they talk about keeping the line moving on offense. Your relievers who get the line from the 6th to the 7th to the 8th to the 9th, pretty much the same. That one high in the air to right. Adam Eaton couldn't find it, and now the ball bounces out for a double. It's twilight time here. He's looking into the sky, not the dome there, and Adam Eaton never saw it until it was too late.
Yeah, I wonder if he saw it early and then he lost it there, because he put his hands up real late. It looks like right here he might have it. He's tracking it. All of a sudden, boom, I don't know where it's at.
And luckily for the Nats, it bounced over the wall. Had that hit the wall and stayed in play, Travis might have scored from first base.
Yeah, that's one of those situations that actually helped us. But I wonder if he would have put his hands up earlier, if Bryce could have kind of ran over there, but that's still a pretty far run.
Yeah, that was way over toward the corner, so Gio's done. Need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing they can't solve. To the bullpen we go. Tie game. Note, we're in Canada, twilight time up here, about 45 minutes later than it is in DC or New York this time of the year, so the lights have taken effect.
Yeah, he's only played 10 games here, so it's not a lot that he's played here. But yeah, it's twilight. It's definitely twilight. He could have lost in the lights and then lost a little bit in the sky. At least it went over the wall.
So here's Smoke against Justin Miller. They've never faced each other. Justin Smoke, left side of the plate, 194. Infield in, tie game, bottom 7. Second and third, nobody out. And Eaton sees that one, looks deep enough. He just hits the cutoff man, and that's a very productive out for the Blue Jays. They take the lead, and 2 runners moved up.
Yeah, that's exactly what Justin Smoke was trying to do right there. Just easy breezy, just try to get a ball hit in the outfield, hit a sac fly. He did what he wanted. He got a first pitch. He wasn't going to try to get deep in the count where he could strike out or hit a ground ball.
So Hernandez to third, infield still in. And Gio is responsible for one more runner out there.
See, look for Solarte to do kind of the same thing almost. So he's just try to get a ball in the outfield.
And Justin Miller, he's a power pitcher. He'll pitch up in the zone. And they have an aggressive approach against his heaters right here.
Yeah, they've had aggressive approach all night.
He doesn't walk anybody. Gave up a double the other night at Yankee Stadium, but he's been just about flawless. Up and in. Sammy Solis came in the other night after he gave up the Greg Bird double. Sammy, Madsen, and Doolittle took care of the rest of the evening as the Nats got out of New York with a 5-4 win. 1-1 here with one out. Way inside.
Yeah, he's got some funky stuff. He's got a great fastball in the mid-90s and a really good sweeping slider in the mid-80s.
And of course, if you look where he's set up on the rubber, far third base side, creating that crossfire deal. Really tough on righties. And then the ball coming in from the outside, it seems, to lefties. That one stays outside, 3-1. Solarte, 0 for 3 career, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Usually against Justin Miller.
Usually guys that close themselves off like that usually have a problem throwing to the glove side because they got to come all across their body just to get it in there. So it's sometimes hard to command the ball in the inside part of the plate.
High in the air and way out of here. First run of the year, Miller's responsible for himself, and Solarte killed that ball.
Just a pretty lefty swing right there. He knew it right off the bat. He got it. Down and in, right where a lefty likes it. And again, sometimes it's hard for a guy that closes off like that to get that ball down and in where he really wants it.
Well, that closes the book on Gio, who's responsible for 5 of the 6 runs. 3 Toronto homers tonight. And now it's Miller to Kendrys Morales as they match up for the first time.
2 of those homers by the little big fella. Batting in the 3-hole. He's happy. Get 2 home runs, you get to smile. I thought Gio did a great job tonight.
Yeah, you put 3 straight zeros on the board after the 3rd inning explosion by the Blue Jays. Fell behind a couple of guys in this inning. And you have to tip your cap to the Jays, at least tonight. They have taken advantage of their scoring opportunities. They've really only had 2 chances to get big innings, and they've done it both times.
Yeah, they really haven't left that many runners on base today. They're really, again, they're being very aggressive.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Morales. So Justin Miller pitches 11 innings before being responsible for a run. And a breaking ball fouled as Morales stays alive.
It's tough. It's tough to stay perfect a whole season. You know you're going to give up something. You just hope that when you do give up those runs, it's not in an important part of the game.
2-2 again, still only one out. That's in a shift. Swing and a miss on the heartbreaking ball down. Next up, Kevin Pillar. Washington area Toyota dealers helping children and their families with a donation of $44 to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health every time the Nats strike out an opposing hitter.
Say he's probably one of the best center fielders in the game.
This guy's pretty good. A lot of highlight reel catches over the years.
He's got some ups, man. When he dives.
The ball Soto hit back in the second just hit so well. He wasn't able to get back and grab it. Ball hit the wall and then hit him. And he got jammed on that one. Harper broke back. Now coming in, and Bryce has it. A lot of damage done by the Jays as the Nats come up in the 8th. Down by 3. Bryce will be first. The Nats, 8th inning coming up. FP off for the weekend. Michael Morse is with me. So you got 7 innings of broadcasting under your belt. How you feeling?
Oh man, I wish we had a couple more runs up there, but hopefully they'll bring me back once we get this win tonight.
Harper, middle of the lineup, 3, 4, 5 coming up. And we always say this, at least often, sometimes the saves in the 8th inning. That may be it for Toronto here.
Yeah, but don't count the Nats out. That's the big thing. This team, anything can happen, especially this lineup. It's a very strong lineup, and you know, look forward to continuation of this really good game.
All right, the lefty is Aaron Loop. Years of age, from Tulane, and this will be his 32nd appearance for the Blue Jays. And Bryce kind of squibs one off to the left side. Harper tonight, a walk, a steal, and then 2 strikeouts. Facing Aaron Loop for the first time. Takes that step toward the first base dugout and then cross-fires it in there.
Yeah, he's tricky on lefties. Very tricky on lefties.
Nats have been out hit 10-6 by Toronto. They're not playing a shift against Bryce, but they are on the infield to pull. And then in center and left, a little bit the other way.
Yeah, so fastball slider guy. Uses them at any count, any situation. He'll mix it up. It's a big sweeping one.
Price gets jammed and jammed right into a base hit. So staying on the ball, he's got a 1-for-3. Obviously disappointed, the lefty. So 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com, see how much you could save. And a 2-hit night, Mike. Started for Rendon with that RBI back in the first. He got jammed and fought it off.
Yeah, really good at bats. Really good at bats. Anytime you go the other way with authority like that, that's what I like to see. Fight to a player.
Was a brief appearance by Aaron Loop. And the Blue Jays will get to the right side of their bullpen. Rendon next, and then Murphy after that. This ball game is far from over. They hit this year. $250 to the Children's National Health System from our Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers. Lexus experience amazing. So Harper at first, Rendon the hitter. And for Toronto, it's 35-year-old John Axford, who years ago had some good times as a closer in Milwaukee. That'll be a good time for the Nats. Harper to third. Bob Henley will hold him on a first pitch double by Anthony Rendon. And here we go. The Nats trying to get the line moving here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, it's super sinker. Super sinker. And again, Rendon gets those hands in, keeps it fair. And again, on turf field, you get that straight true bounce. Keeps it fair right over the bat, gets a double.
So Axford, 30th game of the year. 29 strikeouts in 32 innings. Still strikes out guys, but not as much as he did in Milwaukee, where he had 46 saves in 11 and then 35 more the year after. Huge spot for Daniel Murphy here. Murph is 1-for-3 career against the righty, and that's way outside. So just like that, the tying run is in the batter's box.
Yeah, infield's playing back. Murph just got to put in play and a run scores.
There's a liner to left for a base hit. Harper scores. Rendon had to hold up to make sure Diaz couldn't catch it. Suddenly it's a 6-4 game. And the tying runs on base as Daniel Murphy drives in the 600th run of his outstanding big league career. And Welcome to the hit club, Daniel Murphy.
Attaboy Murph. Just enough of the barrel right there. Not even the barrel, just hit the cup of the bat. But enough to get it out there. Attaboy Murph. Way to get you a knock. Way to get you on the board.
Nobody out. So Axford's been greeted by 2 hits.
I'm telling you, this is a potent lineup, man. Now we got Mark Reynolds up to bat. The RBI machine.
Mark Reynolds 0 for 1 career, but 2 walks against Axford.
Look at that. That's the eyes of an RBI machine right there.
And by the way, that run charged to Loop, who faced Harper.
You think
Michael A. Taylor, by the way, going to run for Daniel Murphy here. A hero's greeting in the dugout after that.
Oh yeah. Knowing Murph, he's just it's a little relief right there to get that first knock out of the way. Too many zeros up there for him. That's not him. Get you that knock, get you an RBI. We got Michael A. on the base path. This is good.
Yeah, and he's the tying run now. Big spot for Reynolds. Open stance. Way inside. Right past his belt buckle.
It's like the movie Major League. Willie Mays at first base. He's got a really big lead. Willie Mays Hayes.
Yeah, Michael A. 17 for 21. And that's a double play ball. It'll make it a 6-5 game. No RBI for Reynolds. Rendon scores, so it's a 2-run 8th inning. And now up to Juan Soto to keep it going. So a big double play for Axford. First batter in 3 that he retires.
It's a good matchup right here. The kid lays off sinkers down. He's really got to put one over the plate for him.
Double, strikeout, ground out.
Keep him honest. It's called keeping a batter honest right there.
And the heater right in there, 0-2, right down the middle.
Kirby Puckett down in there. Down in the legs, using the legs.
Yeah.
Still like the Pete Rose.
Blue Jays pitchers and James Hoy liking the fastball inner edge tonight. The Nats scored 2. They're gone in the 8th. by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Toronto, Ontario, beautiful on a Friday night. Let's have a look at our Jimmy John's delivery. And there's that pitch. Pitch number 4, Mike, well off the plate. James Hoy has been liking that against left-handed batters all night.
Yeah, you got a veteran catcher behind the dish. Knows when to frame it, when not to.
So here we go. Bottom of the 8th, and Sean Kelly buries the breaking ball. He's the new Nats pitcher. Faces Russell Martin here. Something got in Russell's eye.
Yeah, looks like some dirt flew in there.
Maybe from the pitch hitting the dirt. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, he probably was wearing contacts, so you know he probably got a little dirt in there, and he's just gonna battle it out right now and blink 100 times.
2-0.
Hey, it might help him. Who knows?
So for Sean, 18th appearance, 14 strikeouts, 12 2/3.
Another guy I played with.
Yeah. First 4 years of his big league career with the Mariners. And this one out to right center. Adam Eaton to his right. Ball came slicing back for the first out. Beltway Series is back, presented by Innova. 3 games between the Nats and the Orioles, June 19th through the 21st, in our ballpark this time. Celebrate the start of summer. Get your tickets, nationals.com. Nats, of course, coming off the sweep of the O's at Camden Yards, and partly because of that, they're 6-1 in interleague play. Here's Randall Grichuk.
Yeah, Sean Kelly, fastball slider guy, splits it right down the middle. He's gonna try to keep a batter off balance, mix it up.
And this one skied out to left center. It's got some depth to it, but Bryce lets Soto know he's there. 2 fly balls, 2 outs.
I kind of call guys like Sean, kind of like he's like your typical relief pitcher. He's got the fastball, he's got the slider, mix it up, and all he's trying to do is keep everything down. It's kind of almost like a damage control kind of thing. Ground balls, fly balls, quick innings, get out, let's turn it over and get the bats back.
Well, at least 2/3 of the way there. Blue Jays, by the way, get the back end of their bullpen going. There's a story behind it we'll share with you in a moment, because their bullpen is in a little bit of flux. There's Aledmys Diaz, and that's in there. So right now, Ryan Tepera is their closer. When he's not available, Tyler Clippard, who has 2 saves, will step into that role. Of all things, Tyler's been struggling with his changeup. So Tepera's their guy. He's got 3 saves. Roberto Osuna, who saved 9 out of the first 10 opportunities he had, has been arrested for assault, and the Blue Jays immediately removed him from the roster. So we'll see how that shakes up with the top of the 9th coming up. Defoe, Severino, and Eaton. 1-run game. Heating and Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. By Long Fence. Start living the difference. Visit longfence.com today to schedule your free in-home estimate. And by your local Volkswagen dealer. Visit VWDealer.com for the Volkswagen dealer near you. 1,815 feet tall. That's the CN Tower right next to Rogers Center. And our Ford drive of the game. Hurry to your local Ford dealers. Great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. And there's the big blast, Mikey. The two-run Solarte homer in the 7th, his second of the night.
Yeah, there's not much you can do with that. He got 2 good pitches to hit and didn't miss.
So their closer, Ryan Tepera, 30 years of age, Houston native. Only Nat who's ever faced him is Adam Eaton, who's due up third. And for Tepera, 3 saves in 3 opportunities. It's a strikeout guy, 35 Ks in 33 2/3. Nats need Defoe aboard here, top 9.
Yeah, he throws a good fastball, and he also has a good cutter. He rarely throws his changeup, but he just tries to.
96 down, 2-1. Brian Goodwin for Pedro Severino. Only left-handed bat the Nats have on the bench here. Defoe to right, and that's a good start here in the 9th.
It's a nice piece of hitting right there. Got a good fastball to hit. Looks like he was trying to sink it down. Stayed up. Defoe put a nice swing on it. Extension. Base hit.
So Brian Goodwin now looking for his first pinch hit of the season, 0 for 6 in that department, with the emergence of Juan Soto about the time Goodwin came back or just before Brian got back. His playing time and ABs have been few and far between. That's on the inside edge.
That's hard. It's hard being on the bench, not getting those ABs every day. Your timing gets a little off, especially here. A lot of people don't know the cage during the game is pretty much off limits. It's all the way on the other side of the stadium. So basically, he's been warming up on a tee right outside.
Defoe running. He's in there. The ball's in center field, but Wilmer didn't know it. Pilar came charging in. So Wilmer Defoe gets to second. The running woes of the Toronto defense continue. And for Wilmer, his 3rd of the year.
Yeah, how about this? A pitch out. Pitch out. Just couldn't handle the throw. Diaz can handle the throw, but he also, after the ball went in the outfield, he also did the old fake-a-rooney and pretended he still had the ball.
Yeah. Pilar was charging. So now Goodwin at least needs to get Wilmer to third base with nobody out at the moment.
I'm going to go ahead and say he's going to try to bunt right here. You pretty much gotta get it down. 1-1 count.
No sign of squaring. That ball's hit pretty deep. Defoe can tag up against the wall. It's Hernandez. And fortunately for the Nationals, the ball was hit so well. Wilmer Defoe got to third. Quite a swing by Brian Goodwin.
That's a great job right there. If you're not going to bunt, get the ball out there far enough that you can get that runner over.
So now it's Eaton tying run at third, 1 out, top of the 9th. And Adam, the only Nat who's faced Tepera before, 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout. So a huge spot right here.
Yeah, they're going to go infield in.
Adam tonight 1 for 4. Good runner at third. Solarte's about 10 feet inside the line, so Wilmer can get a decent lead, but he can't get picked off here, obviously. Eaton up there swinging, and that's not going to get the job done. Pitch away, he was reaching, And now it's up to Trey Turner as the Nats are down to their final out.
Now, as a base runner right there, you got to see the ball get through the infield. And just didn't hit it hard enough right there. You're really trying to get the ball and elevate and get in the outfield. Sac flies are usually good.
All right, here's Turner with 2 outs. Trey 1 for 4 tonight. Middle infielders back up. Corner infielders, wary of the bunt, are in their baselines. Solarte and Smoke, third and first. You can't play Trey Turner back in this situation at the corners.
You know, he's pumping strikes. He knows who's on deck. You don't want to get to the guy on deck, that's for sure. That's Bryce.
That one's in there, 1-1. 29,633 tonight. Everybody in the lower bowl on their feet. Blue Jays trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Target away. He almost threw it away. Trey waving that bat, target in.
Yeah, he's rearing back, 97. He's feeling it.
Good take. Ball was a strike for a while, it seemed, before cutting outside. And now 3-2. And if you're the Blue Jays, you want the game to end right here. Nationals fans love to see that guy batting in a moment. And it comes down to this pitch.
Come on, Trey.
Nationals will strand 5 base runners tonight. Not a ton. Not able to come through in a crucial situation. And the Blue Jays hold on to win it 6-5 in Game 1 of this weekend series. More from Rogers Center in a moment.